Hello. The company being analyzed today is Cemindia Projects Limited. This is a construction company involved in maritime structures, data centers, civil construction, and much more. Today, we're going to analyze the company's financials, what it actually does, and its future growth plans. So, let us start. First, we have a market cap of 12,165 crores. So, it's a pretty big company. Current price of one share is 708 rupees. Stock price to earnings ratio is 27.3 times. ROCE, return on capital employed, is nice. Return on equity, 20% plus, also nice. Book value is 119 rupees. That is net asset value per share. Now we have some of the financials of the company. So, in let's pay first attention to the revenue. We go to the left. Fiscal year 2021, you can see March 2021, revenue was 2,728 crores, which grew next year to 3,800 crores, then 5,000 crores, then hitting 7,700 crores. And finally, for the latest fiscal year 2025, we have 9,097 crores. The earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, EBITDA, has also shown significant growth, growing from 258 crores in fiscal year 2021 to 923 crores in fiscal year 2025, and profits have grown significantly from only 16 crores in fiscal year 2021. This is kind of like the post-COVID boom, you can say, to all the way to 373 crores of profit after tax by fiscal year 2025. So significant growth, nice growth in all the financials. Now, look at the cash flows. Pay attention to cash from operating activity. All the figures are in crores. You can see it's very fluctuating, so that's not a good thing. It's so volatile, up, down, but it at least it's positive. And one good thing here is this. At the end of fiscal year 2025, 950 crores of customer advances. So it receives quite a lot of advances from customers, which significantly boosts cash flow. That's a good thing. And it had 708 crores of cash and cash equivalents by end of fiscal year 25. And just to go through this, cash from operating activity was 205 crores in fiscal year 25, 704 crores, 339 crores. It seemed that from 2021 there was a nice rise, 2021 to 2024, 191 crores to 704 crores. This year was a dip down. Let's see if it is just a temporary dip down and they can continue an upward growth trajectory from here in terms of cash flows. Now, order book. What is an order book? Orders they currently have from customers. This company currently has an order book of 20,646 crores, which will be executed. That is, these projects will be executed over quite some time, a few years. So 20,646 crores of order book, out of which maritime structures 32%, urban infrastructure airports 23%, industrial structures, hydro dams, tunnels, data centers, foundation and specialist engineering. So a lot of terms, but you can see a wide variety of sectors. Its clients that it can cater to, potential customers it can cater to is massive. Not only it is data centers, okay, it can do water and wastewater projects, it can do highway bridges, it can do maritime structures. So if port industry is growing a lot, then it can help there also. It can do construction there also. Urban infrastructure. So you can see the vast variety of sectors it can cater to. And here you can see the year-wise order book. It has seen some growth, growing from 15,000 crores all the way to 20,000 crores. But okay, not exactly the highest growth we were looking for. And clientele comprises of government. 40% of clients are government, 9% are PSUs, and 51% of the clients in some particular time period were private clients. So, yeah, but these three sectors are the most important: maritime, urban infrastructure, MRTS and airports, and industrial structures and buildings. So, you want to analyze the company? I guess these are the big parts. Then, areas of operation, okay, maritime structures first, bigger one, jetty, dolphins, berths, ship lifts, dry docks, wet basins. So it can do a lot of things in maritime structures. And urban infrastructure, MRTS is, I think, metros and railways. And airports, we got elevated metro, underground metros, we got station buildings, and integrated passenger terminals for airports. So even airports. What are these industrial structural buildings? Okay, we got institutional buildings. It could be commercial buildings, factories and warehouses, then hydro dams, tunnels. We got dams and powerhouses, tunnels, irrigation projects, and a few more things. Now, other areas of operation, we got data centers, EPC of data structure infrastructure, data center infrastructure. What is EPC? Engineering, procurement, construction. So they will design a data center, they will procure all the material for data center. They will construct the data center and they will finally sell the data center to the client. Then shell and core, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and fire. So, electrical, plumbing, fire, supporting infrastructure, making sure fire, safe from fire, making sure plumbing is there, electrical is there, support system for data center, testing and commissioning, of course, foundation and specialist engineering, slope stabilization. So, in slopy areas, stabilizing those things, the infrastructure basically, ground improvement, other things. We got highways, they can make national highways or flyovers. We got water and wastewater, micro tunneling, pipeline for drainage project. A lot of things I don't understand, but basically a massive diversity things it can cater to. And okay, so first of all, maritime structures, 6,715 crores of order book. We covered this. And here, just pay attention to this. We got a project in Bangladesh, we got a project in Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat, Kerala, Abu Dhabi, Maharashtra, Sri Lanka. You can see so many locations it is catering to, India wise and also international. Like it's on Gujarat, but it's also in Odisha, so west coast, east coast. It is going south all the way to Kerala. It is going to Bangladesh. It is going to Abu Dhabi, right? And of course, data center, news thing, exciting. So, what is this data center project? It's got a 1,300 crore order book right now. They're supplying, installing, testing, and commissioning a 30 megawatt data center in Maharashtra. Okay, in Maharashtra. And EPC, basically, they're transferring control of that project to the client. That's what EPC finally means. Then, con call or earnings conference call analysis. First of all, the company is targeting 20% revenue growth target. Yeah, 20% revenue growth for fiscal year 2026. So the revenue for fiscal year 25 was 9,000 something crores. So add 20% to it. That's like 1,800 crores. So 8,000, sorry, 10,800 crores. Yeah, 9,000 crores plus 1,800 crores. That's 10,800 crores ish revenues they're targeting. Then 25 to 26% of order book is from parent company. So from what I understand, and if I remember it correctly, Adani Group owns the company. They have a, I guess, massive ownership or a substantial ownership of the company's shares. So 25% of the orders that they have gotten, the orders is from their own parent company. But from what I understand, it's not like they're getting preferential treatment. They're just bidding for their projects. The Adani Group has a lot of projects and they have a lot of overlap. So Maritime, we have Adani Ports and they have a lot of things in overlap. So Adani Group is putting out a lot of projects. And so, of course, the company is bidding for projects. It's winning. So good. Let's just have, sip. Nice. Now let's read more. The bidding pipeline. How many projects they are currently bidding for or they will just bid for. Okay. So you can say the potential projects, potential orders. Bid pipeline, you can categorize in three categories. One is the bid we have submitted, another bid on which we are working, another is bid which is likely to come in the future. So if you put in three categories, some of them again, I will repeat the same number, 90,000 crores plus minus should be the number. So in the near term, okay, in the whole near term, the total number of orders or projects they will be bidding for is 90,000 crores. So you can see they are bidding for quite a few projects. And finally, they're expecting the data center vertical to reach 15% of total order book in the next 2 years. All right. So 15% of total order book in the next 2 years. So by like fiscal year 2028 because this con call came out in November 2025. So 2 years from November 2025 ish, 2 years ish. And right now, if we see here, data center is only 6.3%. So from 6.3% order book, they want to reach around how much? 15% of the total order book. Okay, so that was it. Actually, that was it. The presentation ends. There's a literal blank page. So what can we say about Cemindia India? Yeah, Cemindia Projects Limited. They have seen some nice growth in the past. They're looking for some nice growth in the future, 20% growth in revenue. They receive good customer advances. Let us see if this is a clear trend. For like fiscal year 2021 onwards, they're having a nice revenue growth, nice cash flow growth or not. If this was a temporary dip, let us see if they can continue to grow cash flows. Cash flows are very important. And we can see they have a very, very massive, very, very large addressable market. The market they're catering to, it's very diverse. Maritime. Okay, we got airports, we got metros. All right, we got hydros, dams, tunnels, we got data centers, and of course, you can see as wind energy, solar energy, there's a push on renewables. So hydro is a part of that. All right, we got foundation and specialist engineering, which I don't know exactly what that is, but must be something, of course. I don't know. Highways, bridges, flyovers, the government of India is of course investing more and more in that kind of infrastructure, and water and wastewater. So of course, the government is also investing a lot here in order to make sure that there is enough water, enough groundwater recharging, groundwater reserves are not going to like zero. They're maintaining that, and of course, recycling water, recycling wastewater. There's a big push currently in India so that we can have a lot of recycling of wastewater. So yeah, uh, private sector clients are like 51%. Okay. So and government is 40%. All right, PSUs. Okay. Actually, we can take a look. We can learn a bit. So what are foundation and specialist engineering? So they're engineering goods, like designing materials into certain shapes. They're engineering that. So we already saw slope stabilization, like in slopey areas. So you know the slope is literally steep. So making sure nothing falls over. What else? Ground improvement works, okay. Rehabilitation work, diaphragm wall. They're making a diaphragm wall. All right. So I think this is it. I can't drag this anymore. Yeah. Let us see how this company does in the future. Bye.